Hi everyone, this is Shirley from Shirleys World. I'm at home today and writing on my blog. I'm looking up all kinds of information, and then I'm going to write an article about saving money on a limited budget when you're retired. So I'll be writing that this afternoon. My blog address is right here, shirleysworld.blogspot.com. And I haven't written on my blog as much as I used to before I periscoped. Periscoping is taking up the time that I used to spend writing on my blog, but I'm going to try to get back writing a lot more often. So come visit me on my blog, Shirleys World. I don't think you need the dash there, but maybe. Shirleys-world.blogspot.com. So let me put you in. Hi. And I've been taking notes. I've been looking up things on different sites, Google mostly, about how to save money when you're on a fixed income, which I am, and a limited budget. So there's some expenses that I don't have that would be big on other people's budget, like I don't have a house payment or a car payment. However, I have a barn payment. I have horses. So my board payment, along with an loan I took out when I redid the kitchen, I'm still paying on that. Those things together are more than any house payment and car payment that I ever had. So I really do have a house payment just for the horses. So those are my two biggest. My barn payment, my boarding payment for the horses is my big expense. So, and I won't sell my horses, so there you go. When I went to my financial advisor at the bank, I told him there's two things that I won't do to try to save money, and that's sell my horses or move out of my house. So I hope I never have to move out of this house. The house itself, I don't have a house payment, no, but it's expensive living in the country. You have a lot of expenses in the country that you don't have living in the city or living in a smaller house. My house is pretty big. My heat for this house is oil heat. Right now, because of the price of oil has gone way down, I pay budget amount, so I pay monthly, year-round. At one time, I was paying $500 and some a month, and then it was $300 and some a month for quite a while. Right now, I've earned a lot of credit into my account at the oil company because the oil has been so low, and so I won't have to pay a bunch. Every 6 months you have to pay up if you paid below the amount that's due. But this year I'm going to have a credit, so that's going to be good. The car, I kept my old car. I was going to get a new car. I was going to lease a new car. And after listening to Dave Ramsey, I listen to him sometimes. After listening to him about leasing is the worst thing you can do, and if you can get away with keeping your old car, you should do it. So I didn't have a good reason why I wanted a new car, but my car is a 2003. It's a Honda though, and they just keep running and running if you keep the maintenance up on them. And the maintenance isn't really that much. I've had to do a couple things to it, but it's much cheaper to do that than getting a new car and paying on that, that's for sure. So I have my car and I have my house, but I have to pay my my loan that I have out. I have an equity loan out, still paying on that. And the board for my horses. So those are my two big ones. The next thing that I spend the most money on, and well, I can't say that because I haven't gone over my actual budget yet. I do keep a budget online. It's the one that Dave Ramsey recommended. It's called, what's it called? It is called Every Dollar. And I keep my budget on there. And actually, I never kept a budget before. Believe it or not, I'm 73, and before last year or the year before, I never actually kept a written budget. And even when my husband was alive, we didn't have a budget. We didn't have a written budget. So this was new to me, and it really opened my eyes and really scared me, actually, because I didn't realize that I was, all these years, all this time, I am actually spending more than I have coming in, especially now that I'm on a fixed budget, which is lower now that my husband isn't with me anymore. He died 11 years ago. And it could be 12. I'm horrible with dates. But since then, my amount that I get monthly isn't as much. But I have to do better, that's for sure. And I've had the financial advisor sort of help me out a little bit with my budget, but of course he can't make me not spend things. So the things that I'm going to write on my blog are things that I know that I have a problem with, and things that people with limited budgets should watch. I'm writing all kinds of notes on little papers here. I'll tell you what I've written. The first thing is I paid off all my credit cards. That was a good thing. I paid off all my credit cards. I had enough in savings and in my stock market things that I paid those off. And I put my credit cards away. They're in a drawer. I do not carry them with me except for one. I do carry one credit card, and that's to pay for my gas in the car. The reason I do that, it's such a headache to have to get out and go in the station and pay cash for your gas. So it's just easier to pay with the credit card, and then I have a record of how much I spend for gas also. So that's the only thing that I use the credit card for. I took out a debit card, and if I carry that, and if I get into an emergency where I don't have the cash with me, that I have to pay something, which shouldn't ever happen, I can use the debit card, which is just like writing a check. So, or I could write a check. I carry my checking account with me, so I do the envelope system with money, and I take out a certain amount of money to fill my envelopes the first of every month, and then I live out of those envelopes. And supposedly when the money is gone from one category, you're done shopping in that category. Well, that's the problem I'm having. The only money that I empty out before the end of the month is the grocery money. And I have allotted $300 a month for groceries for myself. Now that after I read about all these people feeding a family of 4 on, you know, $20 a month, $20 a week or something like that, whatever it is, I don't understand how I'm using $300 a month for myself for food. So that's the one place that it will be easiest. It is easiest to cut down on expenses is your grocery money. So I have to do better on that. The problem is if I would shop at Aldi for everything, all the food, it would be not a problem. But sometimes I don't want to drive 15 minutes or 20 minutes away when Walmart or Giant Eagle or whatever grocery store is, you know, in town, and that's only 7 minutes away. Or I'm in town and I stop there. Now groceries there, even Walmart is more expensive than Aldi. But I'm trying to eat really good, so I do buy organic things whenever I can and gluten-free whenever I can. So, of course, organic food, fruits and vegetables are more expensive, so I have to be really careful where I go for that. I have a little store called Earth Fare, which is like Whole Foods or maybe like Trader Jack's. It's mostly organic things, but it's like almost a half hour away from here. So I very seldom go there for food. I wish it was closer because I would get all my organic things there. But Giant Eagle, one of our big grocery stores, does have a lot of organic fruits and vegetables now. And Aldi's, they're getting more too. They're getting more. So when I can, I will buy organic things at Aldi's. And if I want something special in the fruits and vegetables, I'll go to Giant Eagle because they most likely will have it. Another thing about grocery shopping is if I would plan my menus. I read an article about planning your menus. If you plan your menu for a week, at least a week in advance, probably 2 would be good because I don't want to go out grocery shopping more than every 2 weeks. That makes you spend more money. The more times you go to the store, the more money you spend. So I try not to go stores for just recreation, you know, just walking around shopping and to see things, because most likely you pick up things that you think you need and you don't really need them because they haven't even been on your list of things you need. So the less of that shopping that you do, the better. Every once in a while I do go to the secondhand stores, Goodwill or Salvation Army or Volunteers of America, and look around there. But I try not to buy anything that I haven't really had my mind into buying at that particular time. I buy all my clothes secondhand and whatever else I can. Any decor things, any dishes, any other decor things I buy secondhand. Things I don't buy secondhand. I do not buy shoes secondhand because I don't buy many shoes to begin with. My tennis shoes, sneakers, are about the only thing I buy, and I only buy them every 2 years or 3 years or whatever. And I must try on 50 pair in order to get one that feels good, so I sure can't buy secondhand shoes. I have my riding boots. My riding boots have to be a certain kind, and they last forever. So I don't have to buy them. What other things won't I buy online? I don't buy lingerie or anything, but I don't buy that anyway, so I have what I need. And if I need under things, I can buy them online for cheaper. So, some other things to save money. Yes, I do go to Starbucks. However, I don't spend money there. I have, for my birthdays and Christmas or whatever, anybody wants to give me gifts, like Christmas gifts or birthday gifts, I ask for a Starbucks card. And I put them all onto my, I transfer them all onto my gold Starbucks card. I have one Starbucks card, and it usually has quite a bit on it, and that's what I use to spend at Starbucks. So I never really pay my own money for Starbucks. And sometimes somebody gives me a Panera gift card, and that's great too if you want to go out to lunch. So I allot $25 for restaurants, and I very seldom go out to a restaurant, so most of the time that $25 is still there at the end of the month. But like I was saying about the groceries, I come to the end of the envelope before the end of the month, so I usually steal from other envelopes if I'm in a store and I want something really bad. But that's because I haven't planned a menu and I haven't kept to my list, and that's what that's about. So I have to do better on grocery shopping for sure. So eating at home, if you're one to go out to a restaurant a lot, eating at home and cooking is much cheaper than going out to a restaurant. Another thing on this list is cancel things that you're not going to use. And they're talking about things like if you don't use your text things that you don't have to have unlimited text, you should cancel that. Now I text quite a bit. I would hate to pay for it if I ran out of this the amount of time that I had to text. But say if like I have Netflix, if I didn't use my Netflix, I would cancel that because that's so much a month. And just things that you have to look into your own life and see the things that you are paying for. You can look at your bills that come in, the things that you're paying for that you're not really using, and cancel those to save money. This has to do with grocery shopping too. You should really, before you go to the grocery store every couple of weeks, you should take stock of what you have in the house. Because I'm a good one to get at the grocery store and see something and think, I think I need that. And then I get home and I have 3 cans of that, or it's in the freezer or whatever. So it's good to either take stock once a month of your pantry and your freezer and make a list, or just have that in your mind. My mind is a sieve, so I'd have to write it down. Selling things on eBay, decluttering your house. I'm not a good one to be talking about this because decluttering is on my list every single week and I don't do it. So I was selling on eBay for quite a while. I had some old coins. That was the best thing ever. I was making about $200 to $300 a week or a month on eBay selling those coins, but now I'm out of them, so I can't seem to come up with anything that will make me a decent amount of money to put the time in eBay. I tried children's clothes. That didn't work, and I tried sweaters, like hunting for cashmere sweaters at the secondhand stores. I did sell every cashmere sweater that I had bought, but it wasn't they're hard to find, and it wasn't enough to make me the money I was making at the coins. So But if you have something that you can sell on eBay, go for it, because it's a good place to sell. I am thinking of canceling my land phone and just keeping my cell phone. A lot of people do that, and I have to figure out where I have given out that number, I mean as far as business and utilities or whatever, and change the number to my cell phone. But I think I will get rid of my land phone. Using your senior discounts. I never do that. I mean, I have an ARP card right in my purse, and I think I have a Buckeye card. That's for Ohio, for retired people also. So you can get a certain percentage off in restaurants or movies or whatever. I probably don't think of it because I don't go to those places, but that's another thing that you should think of once in a while when you're out, if you do those kind of things. I'm switching back. There's two reasons why I'm doing this. I have a Keurig coffee maker. I've had it for, I don't know, a couple years, year and a half, whatever. It's so convenient. I love it. It's just makes 1 cup of coffee, which I thought would be perfect for me. However, I read several articles about that it's impossible to really clean a Keurig coffee pot because there's so many different hoses and things inside that you can't get to. Even when you do that super vinegar clean, it doesn't really clean. And people have found mold and all kinds of bad things inside their coffee maker that you're actually probably drinking. So I read a couple of those articles and decided for sure that I was going to change back to a regular Mr. Coffee. Another thing is about using those little plastic cups, or the not the pods, but the little plastic K-cups. Those do not get recycled at all. Those go right into a landfill. That bothers me too. Also, shooting that hot water, it goes through that plastic with a lot of force. So heaven knows what chemicals that you're getting from the plastic also. So all those things, along with, it's so expensive for K-cups now, the boxes of K-cups, they have gone up and up and up, that I have decided to go back to Mr. Coffee, to a regular coffee maker. So much cheaper to buy coffee that way. And I know what I'm cleaning in my Mr. Coffee, so there'll be no more mold. I am using up the rest of my K-cups because I still have a couple boxes to use up, but then I'm done. And I even feel guilty about donating this to anybody, but knowing what I know now, or thinking that I know what I know. So anyway, that's another way I'm going to save money, is with my coffee. For a little box of K-cups, I'm paying anywhere from, for the small amounts, like 10 K-cups, from like really cheap, $4.99, to like $12.99 for like 18 of them, to a bag of coffee, and I like 8 o'clock coffee, that I can get for $6.99 for the whole bag. Heaven knows how many cups are in there. I'm sure it tells on the bag. It's a whole lot more than what's in those boxes of K-cups. So I think I'm sort of jumping all over here, but back into grocery shopping and meal planning. If you buy your fruits and vegetables when they are in season, they're cheaper, of course. Hi, Nature Girl. Nature Girl. And also, if you read the ads that they send you, I don't get the newspaper anymore. That's another way I cut down some expense. I canceled the newspaper. But I do get ads that they just send you in the mail. So if you read the ads, the grocery store ads, and you plan your menus for things that are really on sale at a wonderful price, you can save money that way too. A lot of people coupon. I stopped couponing mostly because I was buying things because I had a coupon for it. That's a bad way to use your coupons. And also, Aldi doesn't take coupons, and I want to mostly shop in Aldi's. So that's that. I used to buy a lot of books. I even have this room here, which I call the library, because I do have a whole lot of books. And I used to buy books. I go to the library now. I used to buy audiobooks, which were really expensive, but now I get them at the library. I listen to audiobooks in the car. A great way to read a book a lot more oftener than if you're going to sit down and read. I have the online books, and there's an app called, or a site called BookBub. B-U-B, BookBub. And they offer almost weekly, they offer a free book. You know, you pick what type of books you like, mysteries or whatever. I like mysteries, so I chose mysteries and a couple other type. And they send you these things that you can order. They're ordered into your online Kindle. And they just come and appear in your Kindle, and they're free. So I have loads of books on my Kindle that I haven't read yet. But I hate to say this, it's probably because I'm older. Yeah, cool. But I can't sit and read anymore. First of all, I don't think I'm seeing really good. I need new glasses. I'm going to the eye doctor this Friday. And I think I need new glasses. But another thing is I tend to fall asleep or nod off when I'm reading. That's bad. I know, that's an old thing. So that's why I started getting the audiobooks. I use audiobooks a lot in the car. And that way I can actually read a book every week or two. Every time I get in the car and drive someplace, it's like I'm reading a chapter, or two. That's good. What else here did I write down? Yeah, the BookBub, secondhand. I think that's all the notes I've written so far, but I'm still looking up things, all kinds of sites and things on Google about saving money on a limited budget. So that's what I'm writing my blog about today. So if you want to come visit my blog, it's shirleysworld.blogspot.com. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, come visit my blog. Thanks for the hearts, Nature Girl. I have to go visit my financial advisor. Thanks for sharing. Thank you so much. I have to visit my financial advisor. Now, he's free because I have one through my bank, Chase Bank, and so he's a free service, and he helps me with my things I have in stocks. I don't play the stock market, but I do have money in stocks, and he helps me with my savings and gives me ideas about saving. Of course, some of the things that he thinks I should do, I won't do. But I'm trying to do things that I think that I can do. Like I said, my biggest expense is my horses. My horses and the board I pay for horses. That and my equity loan I have out that I'm paying off. Those two things. But I won't sell my horses. We don't sell our horses. They're with us for life. So, that's what I'm doing this afternoon. And it's a beautiful day out, but it's still cold. Tomorrow it's supposed to go up to 44 and be sunny again, so it'll be even warmer tomorrow. And tomorrow I think my daughter has a riding lesson at the barn, so I'll probably go out to the barn tomorrow. So, a friend of mine stopped by earlier just to say hi. That was nice, Sharon. So I am doing well as far as my medical problems, and I've switched to a digestive doctor. Well, I have my regular medical doctors, but I switched taking advice and doing what this digestive doctor is telling me. She's a completely natural and treat you with food instead of pills. Food will heal. Medication won't ever heal your body. It treats symptoms and maybe gets rid of pain, but it doesn't heal your body. Your body's healed by food. So everything that she's said and written about makes so much sense to me that that's what I'm doing. I'm taking digestive enzymes now, and ever since then, and a couple other things I'm taking, they're completely natural, that I haven't had any problems. Knock on wood. I don't have to do that because I really believe in this. So anyway, if you want to look her up, she's called the Digestion Doc. The Digestion Doc. And her name is Dr. Christine Kazmar. She's on Periscope a lot. She's also on Facebook, on all the social medias, but she's a lot of fun, and you have to listen to her a while to get what she's, what her whole thoughts on everything is. And there's a test that she does for you. It's a 24-hour urine that you send into her lab, and it tells a whole lot of things. And that's what told her what type of these capsules that are all plant-based, which ones I needed. So anyway, it seems to be working, because nothing that all the tests that I've had from the doctors and my medical doctors have all proved to be negative, and they can't find anything. I was just having all this pain and nothing was working that they were doing. So hopefully this is my answer. So anyway, I follow her, and I follow Go-To Kitchens. Leslie at Go-To Kitchens. That's another great one to follow, about eating naturally, eating wonderful food, eating organically, all that kind of thing, if you're interested in that. So I'm going to close for now and get back to writing my blog here, and I will probably see you tomorrow. So bye.